Mr. Rosendahl.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And I certainly appreciate Mr. Cardenaz's appreciation that we should have some flexibility. You all know I'm going to vote no anyhow because I just think the whole thing is insane. But I want to make 3 points. First, City Attorney's Office, question for you. Assuming my colleagues vote one of these in, what happens to the existing clinics out there in the context of how do they get shut down? What is the procedure that we will use? My colleagues need to know the consequences of their action today.
Councilman Jane Usher, City Attorney's Office. First, the ordinance needs to take...
Hold my time, please, while she's... Oh, okay, all right, okay, great.
I'll be quick. The ordinance needs to take effect. By its own terms, it does not take effect until you've adopted the registration fee ordinance, which I do not believe has come before you yet. So, once the ordinance does take effect some weeks or months from now, we will begin as an office researching, along with planning and the Department of Building and Safety, to determine which collectives do not meet the definition. I'll simply refer to it as paragraph 2, paragraph 2 being the one that provides who gets to stay. And we'll begin seeking voluntary closure and compliance from the ones who don't meet that test.
Very good. So when you do that, you'll notify them so we don't have some draconian knock on the door and come in and smash things apart type activity?
That's how we'll proceed, unless you'd prefer the smashing and the knocking and the draconian.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
No.
If we're going to close them down, let's do it with a civilized strategy.
Excellent.
All right, and the second issue is cultivation. How are we going to do that in the sunshine to make sure that those that do exist, create a healthy medicinal marijuana rather than something with chemicals? Who's going to monitor that?
Again, Councilman, who's going to monitor which aspect?
The actual growing and cultivation, so that a person who has a prescription knows it's safe.
So I'll give you 2 answers. The collectives themselves are given a series of requirements about testing and posting as to their own cultivated stock. And then, of course, there are state laws, most notably the Sherman Law, that talks about being pesticide, chemical, and free from taint. And those laws will continue to apply and be enforced.
Okay. And the last thing is just more rhetorical. I never believed in 70 to begin with. I thought it should be determined by situation. I think some of these hardship ones are fine and should be worked into the program as well. But I know I'm a vote of 1. Thank you.
Mr. Wesson, for the first time.